pale skin. It can look almost porcelain under bright light. A little warmth from the sun may turn it pink long before it turns brown. And freckles can appear like someone flicked a paintbrush across the nose. But pale skin is not empty skin. It still has pigment. It simply begins with a lighter coat. That pigment is called melanin. Think of melanin as your body's built-in umbrella. It sits inside the upper layers of your skin and helps absorb some of the ultraviolet light coming from the sun. The cells that make it are called melanocytes. That word sounds complicated, but the job is simple. They are tiny pigment factories. Most people have a broadly similar number of these factories. The visible difference comes largely from what those factories produce, how much they produce, and how the pigment is packaged and spread. In very pale skin, the umbrella starts thinner. Ultraviolet light can reach vulnerable cells more easily, so redness may arrive quickly. That redness is an alarm, not a color upgrade. It means the skin has been injured and blood has rushed toward the area. Some pale skin responds by making freckles. Instead of darkening evenly, certain patches switch their pigment factories into overdrive. Tiny islands darken while the surrounding skin stays light. So if pale skin has only a light first coat, what changes when the pigment factory becomes just a little more active? Fair skin. Fair and pale can look almost identical indoors. The difference often becomes clearer outside. Fair skin may still burn easily, but it can sometimes build a faint tan after repeated sunlight. That tan is the factory receiving an emergency order. Ultraviolet light reaches the skin. The skin detects damage. Then it sends a message, make more umbrellas. Melanocytes begin producing more melanin and packing it into tiny parcels called melanosomes. Melanosomes are simply delivery boxes. The pigment factory loads them with dark ink, then passes those boxes into nearby skin cells. Those cells arrange the pigment above their DNA like microscopic sunshades. It is clever, but it is not instant armor. A tan appears because UV light already triggered a stress response. The extra color may add some protection against the next exposure, but it does not erase the first injury. Fair skin also reveals blood flow easily. Cold can drain warmth from the face. Exercise can paint the cheeks red. Embarrassment can become visible before a person says a word. The skin looks lighter partly because there is less dark pigment masking the red and blue colors moving underneath it. But what happens when those pigment parcels become more evenly spread, and the skin can build color more readily? Light skin. This is where the line between burns and tans becomes much less predictable. One person may turn golden after a few sunny days. Another may burn first and tan later. Two people who look almost identical in winter can look surprisingly different by the end of summer. Genes set the factory's basic recipe, but sunlight adjusts the daily order. And there is not one skin color gene. There are many switches working together. Some affect how much pigment is made. Some affect whether that pigment leans more brown-black or yellow-red. Others affect how large the pigment parcels become, how long they last, and how widely they spread. This is why siblings can inherit different shades from the same parents. Imagine both parents handing their children a shuffled stack of paint settings. Every child receives settings from the same two stacks, but not the same combination. Light skin can also change noticeably across the body. The face, arms, and hands collect sunlight. Covered areas keep more of their starting color. Scars, hormones, irritation, and old acne can all tell local pigment factories to slow down or speed up, leaving lighter or darker marks. So skin color is not one permanent paint sample. It is a living display that keeps reacting to the world. But the next tone causes a strange question. How can skin look olive when human beings do not make green pigment? Olive skin. Despite the name, there is no olive green ink hiding inside the skin. Olive is a visual effect. Warm golden pigment, cooler shadows, blood underneath the surface, and the way light reflects from the skin can combine into a muted beige or golden olive appearance. Think of it like looking through several thin sheets of colored glass. No single sheet is olive, but stack them together and the final color can look completely different. This is also why undertone and darkness are not the same thing. Undertone is the quiet color that seems to sit beneath the surface, warm, cool, golden, pink, or neutral. Skin tone is how light or dark the overall surface appears. A person can have a light olive tone or a deeper olive tone. Olive skin often tans visibly, but often is doing important work. These labels are guideposts, not laws. A face cannot tell you exactly how quickly someone will burn, how much vitamin D they make, or what every one of their genes is doing. And sunlight does more than make skin darker. It can create uneven patches when some factories receive louder signals than others. That is why marks left by acne or irritation may become more noticeable after sun exposure. Now we reach the part of the spectrum where the dark ink becomes much easier to see. But does more melanin mean the sun can no longer cause damage? Brown skin. Here, more brown-black melanin is visible across the surface. The scientific name is eumelanin, but dark ink tells you almost everything you need to know. The pigment parcels also tend to be more numerous, larger, and spread more individually through skin cells. Picture umbrellas opened across a crowd instead of several umbrellas bundled together in one corner. More of the area stays covered. That extra filtering helps explain why brown skin may burn less quickly and show sun damage differently. But less quickly does not mean never. Ultraviolet light can still damage DNA. Sunlight and visible light can also encourage dark patches, especially after inflammation. A pimple disappears, but the pigment factory remembers the disturbance and leaves a darker receipt behind. This is called hyperpigmentation. Hyper means extra, so the long word simply means extra pigment in one place. Brown skin can also look dramatically different under different lighting. Cool indoor light may flatten its warmth. Sunset can pull gold and red forward. A camera's exposure can make the same face look several shades lighter or darker. Skin color is partly biology, but what you see is also light bouncing back into your eyes. So what happens at the deepest end of the visible spectrum? Is black skin actually black? Black skin. The name describes a broad family of very deep brown tones. Human skin pigment is not printer black. Under strong light, deep skin can reveal red, bronze, blue, gold, or neutral undertones that disappear in shadow. The built-in umbrella is strongest here because more eumelanin absorbs and scatters more ultraviolet light before it reaches deeper targets. That is real protection. But it is not invincibility. Deep skin can still burn. It can still age from sunlight. It can still develop skin cancer, and dark marks can become especially persistent after irritation or injury. Everyone needs sun protection. The risks and the visible warning signs simply do not look identical on every tone. There is also a trade-off hidden inside the umbrella. Sunlight helps skin begin the process of making vitamin D. More melanin filters more UV, which can mean the same amount of sunlight produces a smaller vitamin D signal. That mattered as human populations moved between brighter and dimmer parts of the world over many generations. Skin color became a balancing act. Protect valuable cells from intense ultraviolet light, while still allowing enough light-driven chemistry to happen. There was no perfect setting for every place. There were only different solutions to different amounts of sun. And that is the secret behind the entire grid. Pale, fair, light, olive, brown, and black are not 6 separate kinds of human being. They are convenient names placed across one enormous gradient. Beneath them is the same basic machinery: pigment factories, dark ink, tiny delivery parcels, sunlight, blood flow, and genes adjusting thousands of small details. Your skin is not a paint swatch chosen once at birth. It is a living shield, constantly reading the world and changing how it meets the light.